All right, guys, let's move on to college football. It's time to start getting into college football gear. I love it, man. I love It's my favorite time of the year.
Oh,
Arch Manning will not be a Heisman finalist, and the Longhorns will not be a college football playoff team this season. GTFO or oh yeah, Sean?
I'm GTFO in that. I think that if you're looking for reasons to hate on Arch Manning in Texas, you're looking too far because it feels too obvious. Sometimes when guys are that hyped up, the hype's for real. Like LeBron James was hyped up coming out of like for real. Arch Manning's not just hyped up because his last name's Manning and he comes from that lineage. Sure, that's part of it. He's also hyped up because he was really awesome in high school, like beyond awesome. And I actually think Arch Manning not bolting Texas, albeit, NIL money has a lot to do with this. The last couple of years with Quinn Ewers speaks to the kind of character of a guy he is also, that he was willing on the college level to kind of sit there, wait his turn, come in for some run plays and whatnot. And I think that sitting is going to have him absolutely take off this year. I'm not saying he's winning the Heisman. I think this is obviously loaded with a bunch of quarterbacks here, Olo, and we see him right now in the odds on the screen. But I think Arch Manning at Texas is going to be very real this year. I really do. And I think they get off to a good start and beat Ohio State in week 1.
Yeah, GTFOH for me as well. Arch Manning will be a Heisman finalist. He's the quarterback on a top 5 team in the country with a head coach in Steve Sarkisian that's easy to poke fun at. And then you realize what he has done the last few years and what he did last year with Texas, getting them to the semifinal where, Quinn Ewers didn't play that well. And maybe if they had Arch Manning, they would have gotten to the championship. And maybe if they had stuck with him after Quinn Ewers got hurt, his development in just those next handful of games would have been massive, and maybe it would have been better going with Arch Manning over Quinn Ewers, who ends up becoming a 7th-round draft pick in the NFL because of how far he fell in his last handful of games in his senior year. I think Arch Manning is fantastic. He's going to be a Heisman finalist. I think Texas is way too good to not be a college football playoff team. You look at their schedule. Sean mentioned it. They start the year with Ohio State, big game. They play Georgia in middle of November, big game. They play, outside of that, they have a lot of winnable games. They've got Cupcakes, San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston. Those are 3 wins right there. And then their road games in the SEC outside of Georgia, at Florida, at Kentucky, at Mississippi State. Very winnable games. Neutral, they got the Red River against Oklahoma, home against Vandy, home against Arkansas, home against A&M. It's hard to see this Texas team at worst being anything worse than 10-2. That gets you into the college football playoff now with the expanded field. So, there would have to be catastrophic injuries at every position or for Arch Manning to just be a bust. And I don't think he is. And his 2 games that we saw him start, the ULM game, tough one. I mean, he didn't look great, threw 2 picks, also aired the ball out a bunch against a really weak team. And then he played Mississippi State, one of the worst defenses in the SEC, and he was basically flawless. 26-31 for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he ran one in on the ground. I think you're going to see a lot of that with Arch Manning this year. I think what Sean said, the fact that he's been on the bench, biding his time, learning the playbook over the last 2 years, there is stability at Texas. I think it's going to serve him really, really well this year.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that. I think Arch Manning's the real deal. I think Texas is the real deal. I think they're actually going to follow through and win the SEC this year. I think they're better
Be
than
great.
Georgia. I think they're better than Alabama. So I think all of the above is GTFO.